Hello, sane people of the internet. Welcome back to Ben News. We try to troll with truth and expose the clowns running the circus. Today, a manhunt is now underway in Chicago, one of the biggest circuses of them all, after a gunman, we have to use the term allegedly, opened fire on federal agents during an immigration enforcement action.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Federal agents from the United States Border Patrol were conducting an immigration enforcement operation in the Little Village neighborhood of Chicago. Now, this is a largely, wait for it, Mexican-American community, and a man driving, and now we know what a man is. We can't define what women are, but hey, we know what a man is. A man driving a black Jeep allegedly opened fire at the agents and then fled the scene. After the shooting, crowds reportedly threw paint cans and bricks at the federal vehicles. Local community, the aldermen, all these people are claiming the agents were causing fear and mayhem in a mostly peaceful but fiery neighborhood. Let's play the clip and let's talk about this.
Turning back to that breaking news out of Chicago, Customs and Border Protection says agents were shot at while conducting an immigration enforcement operation earlier today. Cameras from our Fox affiliate were there in the aftermath of the shooting. That's the video currently on your screen. There have been weeks of tension in Chicago over the Trump administration's crackdown on illegal immigration, amid a legal battle over whether the White House can send the National Guard there. Former acting ICE Director Jonathan Fahey is with us. Jonathan, so a black Jeep apparently speeds by a bunch of ICE officers. Shots are fired and the Jeep speeds off. What's your reaction?
I'm going to tell you right now, the shooter and the vehicle remain at large. DHS has just called the incident part of a growing trend of violence and obstruction. They're going after law enforcement. They're going after cops. They're going after anyone that is, trying to do the right thing. These people have jobs to do. And the job is cleaning up America. This former DHS secretary, love to hear what this guy has to say. Leave a comment down below. Are you ready for Donald Trump to send in, I say 82nd Airborne. I say Green Berets, SEAL Team Delta 9. I want everything fixed in Chicago. Let's hear what he's got to say here.
I want to say it would be shocking or something else, but I feel like with all of this rhetoric and all this what's been going on in the last several months with this rhetoric, political rhetoric directed at ICE agents, directed at CBP, it's not surprising that the level of violence against them has risen. And something like this, and even something worse than this, are bound to happen because of the rhetoric. And the unfortunate thing is these ICE agents are simply doing a job that they're required to do. And these politicians are, elevating themselves, their status within the Democratic Party by essentially tacitly supporting this type of activity.
It's a wonder, frankly, that nobody was hurt. ICE agents had to call in local police. Are they allowed or are they not allowed?
Calling the local police, right? Local police should have been cleaning this up. Chicago Stan is an absolute war zone. Go check out our website, heyjackass.com. It's got all the real-time shooting stats in Chicago going back about 5 years. And there's been more people killed in Chirac than actual Iraq. And I'm wondering at what point does Trump just say to hell with the judges, to hell with the mayor, to hell with the governor? We have to protect American law enforcement. I call for him to do that right now. Make America great again. I want make Chicago safe again. Let's go with Massa.
Actually, enforce local law and maybe fire back in a situation like this.
You damn right.
Well, they're certainly allowed to defend themselves and also to arrest somebody doing that, because that would be a federal law violation as well. But it just gets so complicated because you have the locality, of Chicago and Illinois as a whole that are basically fighting against, the governments are fighting against the federal government at every step of the way. So they're really not getting the support.
When do we arrest some of these people that are inciting this shit? When do we go straight after the mayor? When do we go after the governor? When do we go after the alderman? Hell, when do we go after the freaking news media and all of these agitators that are putting National Guard service members' lives at risk? When do we go after them? If you're in another country right now, you have to be laughing at the United States. This is not supposed to happen here. But you're going to have Mayor Johnson. You're going to have Lori Lightfoot. You're going to have all of these criminals come out and basically tell these people to be agitators. I'm tired of this shit, man. This has got to get freaking cleared up before somebody that is just doing their job loses their life and can't go home to their family. I am fed up with this. Tom Homan, I want you to send in the freaking cavalry, man. I want Blackhawks, Apaches. I want all of that stuff that I have no clue about because I was just a dummy in the Navy on a submarine. Hell, I say send an aircraft carrier into Chicago. I want flight ops run on here. A-10 Warthogs, napalm this frickin' place.
Support that they need, and even the local police probably want to support them, but they're not getting the support from their upper level. So it really is just a bad situation. And again, these agents that are out there, these are moms and dads, brothers, sisters, neighbors of so many people, and they're putting their lives on the line, and they're in fact doing what they're supposed to.
I would throw her under the jail. A lot of these cops that work for ICE and immigration and stuff like that, they're Hispanic. I want you to listen to something here. Regardless of how you feel about immigration, the enforcement, we can all agree federal agents should not be walking into hostile situations unprepared, and communities deserve to be protected from violence. Both sides have a right to safety and clarity. Now, there's some of these agitators, they're paid political agitators, and that's exactly what they're doing. I am tired. I am fed up with this. We would not stand by and watch this happen in Ukraine. We wouldn't stand by and watch this happen in, Israel or Gaza. We would never allow that to happen. Why are we allowing it to happen right now? Why is this allowed to happen in the United States? We are absolutely victims of our own, I would say, courtesy and kindness. I'm tired of giving an inch to these people. Go scorched freaking earth, biblical, Revelations, Old Testament. Pick a book and do it.
Doing these politicians, it goes so far beyond irresponsible political rhetoric, what's been going on. And it's sad that we're going to have to be either today or down the road on one of these shows talking about some horrible tragedy that in many respects could be prevented.
Yeah, because it's a strange time in this country when law enforcement officials not only get criticized for doing their jobs, but they've had bricks and paint cans thrown at them in Chicago for trying to pick up illegal immigrants.
Yeah, it's really insane if you think about it. And the rhetoric coming against them, they're routinely.
All this rioting is not happening because ICE and immigration, DHS, all these people are arresting citizens. They're arresting illegal aliens, the sanctuary newcomers, the newcomers that are coming across the border, the sanctuary locals. They're arresting them. The people that broke our law sneaking into our country in the first place. These are not nice people. These people get into some really heinous and horrible things. It's only going to get worse. We have to nip this in the bud. I'm talking Abraham, King Solomon. I'm talking you better do this now. I don't know how you feel about this. Leave a comment down below. Am I wrong? Am I off base? Am I out to lunch? Am I just a dumb? I don't even know if I'm old enough to be a boomer. Am I a boomer in wanting just our city and streets and the United States to be cleaned up? I want America to be America. And the people that hate us, I don't want them here. Why do they continue to pile in? Why do they continue to refuse to leave? And now they're shooting at law enforcement? If they hate America so bad, Why do they want to stay? It's the Ben Dykes Show. Smash the like and subscribe. That's all I got for you today. Take care.